Butler, what does leadership mean to you?
That's a great question about leadership because for me, it was my mom. I was a special needs student, special education, couldn't read. And I told her at 8 years old I want to play in the NFL to get her out of projects. So leadership is my mom raising 5 kids, and one of them needs a little help. So I say football is the best one because I need 10 other guys to help me reach my goal. And she taught me the next level. Leadership is something that my teachers went through because I was a kid that was bullied. I was a kid that didn't get the sleepovers and didn't get chosen to go swimming, but my teachers kept me focused. And shout out to all the teachers, because we only see that when they do something bad happens, but my teachers are platinum because they're the smartest people in the world. Every year they get a different 30 students and they make them smart. So if it wasn't for my teachers, I wouldn't be on this stage today. And I came up from Jacksonville, Florida, and Tony know where I'm from, in the inner city, in the projects. And to make it here, I gotta let kids in the inner city and in school know this is not a mistake. This is how God wanted it to be. But I think leadership also, in closing, is Jim, he's kind of modest, but the way Jim has started this new journey as being, I call him the new boss. But for him, the reason why he's a good leader, because when I got the knock, he understands the anxiety of the players of wanting to be in. You could feel it. If it was up to him, everybody would be in. But he just feels what guys go through, like Tony, waiting 5 and 6 years. Leadership is make people understand that it's going to be new things, but we understand what guys are going through. So to me, that's what leadership is all about. And Richard hit on all the points. Without my teammates, trust me, without Brett Favre and Reggie White, there's no way I'm up here. I mean, that's just a fact. But my coaches were great too. But that's what I think. So parents and teachers and great leadership is what I always think about every day.
Hi, LeRoy. Dave Schrader from WBAY TV in Green Bay. First of all,
They
congratulations.
gave you a credential?
They sure did. I don't know why.
Hey, we done made it, y'all. We in here. Okay, okay.
Oh, I want to know, just after waiting so long, you retired after 2001. It's been 2 decades. Does waiting longer make today more special? And
No.
as each year,
No.
No?
No.
And as each year passed, what did it mean to keep waiting and then to finally have your day come?
Me and my mom had a discussion, and she was saying at the time how many players won't ever get this opportunity. So when I was a semifinalist, she said, okay, this is great. But she always taught me to be a patient person because, I mean, I couldn't walk until I was like 5 or 6. And then I had these braces on my legs like Forrest Gump. So I was Forrest Gump before Tom Hanks, by the way. But so I've been a patient person my whole life. And every year your fans just get so emotional about it. And I love the fans. I mean, they're the DNA of me and of the state of Wisconsin. So, but my wife said something to me that was platinum after the Packers, well, they didn't win. I don't like to say lost, but she said, now it's up to you to help the state of Wisconsin feel good if you can get into the Hall of Fame. So I've been patient every year. I never wanted to attack the voters because it's hard. We were talking about this on the way over here. It's under 400 guys in the Hall of Fame, and I think only 170 is still living. So I'm telling to all the guys, it's worth waiting on. And trust me, it's going to feel just, it's amazing that you get in this year, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. So I just tell the guys, just be patient, and one day it will pay off. Because God got a plan for everybody. Everything will be okay.
You're in the Hall of Fame now. Can you answer what is the best gift you have received from the NFL, and what is your advice to the next generation looking to come into the Hall of Fame?
Best gift would be the money, right? Be a millionaire. I mean, who could not answer it like that? Well, I'm broke now, but it was fun when I played. It was fun. I don't have any money. Maybe right, HOF, we can make some more money. I think it gives you a platform to, as Tony does a great job on radio, and it gives you another sense of what else can I be. And football is amazing because, let's be honest, when you walk in the locker room, you got guys 21 to 31. How do you get all these personalities to come together? And it's hard. I know the fans want their team to win the Super Bowl every year. I really do. I understand that. But what football does is, when you see the headlines and everything going on, when you're in the locker room, I think that's when you're at your safest place. And that's what we probably miss the most, camaraderie. The best gift the NFL has ever given me is made friends, family, fans, and being able to connect, and especially in our communities. I mean, having that shield makes a big difference when you go into communities to do camps and things of that nature. But the biggest thing is, whether we want to admit it or not, globally, people may say soccer, but the NFL is king. So it gives us a platform to do what we want to do off the field as well as on the field. So that's a huge benefit. You know, now being in the Hall of Fame, you can just expand that tent a little bit more.
So we haven't gotten to see the knock videos yet. Could you take us back to that moment when you...
Wait a minute, can we talk about that? Where's Jim?
We'll get to see them soon, but I'd love to hear from you what that moment was like at your houses. We heard about the Bible
Disclaimer
already.
out there.
But
NDA.
what that felt like and what it was like kind of celebrating that.
No, it's a good
privately.
question. It really is, because the reason why it's a platinum question is because, like you said, people don't know, but how were they going to do it? Because Mr. Baker, that was his thing. And I'm thinking, okay, how's this going to work? Because we still have COVID, we have everything going on. But I got to give the Hall of Fame committee and Jim, they came up with something that they know me and Tony, Richard, Coach would like, you know, and BY, our teammates or people we know and respect, get them involved. So again, you don't really know how you're going to react because you're thinking, well, I just had a vision that if I did have it, because I'm an executive chef, that I want to do an interview in the kitchen because I do all the cooking at my house. I tell my wife, take care of the kids, keep them away from me. I'd rather cook for 7 days. I don't want to deal with 6 girls and a son. Well, my son's my favorite, but 6 daughters, man. They say you're not supposed to say that. I'm saying it.
It's out there now. Just go with it.
But trust me, I tell him every day because he does exactly what I ask him to do. So doing that interview in my kitchen, in my island, I said, this is what heaven is like. Because sometimes you dream things and you say, oh, that's just anxiety because it's never going to happen. But the more and more you kind of open your mind to say it'll possibly happen. And I don't know why Jim and the crew, and Steve White, who he's platinum, he just came and stopped in the kitchen as if I didn't tell them to do it, my wife didn't. They just stopped there, and I said, this is what I love. This is my sanctuary in the kitchen. So that, to me, felt great. And then once it was over, I said, how are they going to do the other guys? You know, having, you know, something new. So it meant a lot to me, it really did. And not to mention getting that many people to come to Wisconsin, and it was 11 degrees without the wind chill. And just, you know, they live in good weather. They didn't even flinch over that without the wind chill. So it's below. But it was people there, and they weren't cold because they know this moment was big. So it meant a lot.